Hello, welcome to another 15 minutes of tangling. So yesterday we were working here on this pattern Niuroda, and we had just finished up doing some shading. So today I'm going to begin by doing a little bit of highlighting and adding some little details here and there. So I'm going to start with my now tiny white charcoal pencil. And I first want to start actually with some of the little details. So I'm going to put a little bit of white charcoal in on my little orbs. Not too much. I'm trying to practice being a bit more judicious with my white charcoal. That way it doesn't take over. And I try to remind myself I can always add more if I need to. So I'll just put these little dots of white charcoal where I can, where they logically seem to fit in. So I'm on UVA grounds today. I found a little courtyard area right next to the rotunda, and it's right outside of the courtyard area. There are so many really old established trees. There's a collection of sycamores, a few really large hollies, and a beautiful ginkgo tree that I think is a university favorite because people are always taking some pictures of it. In the fall in particular, it's amazing how ginkgos, their leaves turn yellow and fall, in a pretty short duration of time. So we're always sort of waiting for that day. When's the ginkgo tree gonna put down its leaves? And just a few days ago, some friends and I met and just sat under the ginkgo tree and 6 feet away, of course, and ate dinner. We all just brought our own food and shared a little bit. So it's a nice place for gathering. And I tend to like to work before all of the quarantine. I would spend quite a bit of time working in the rotunda. It was like my favorite writing location. So I'm happy to have found this little courtyard area with some tables and chairs outdoors. Alright, so there's just some light highlighting. I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. Nothing that's going to sort of take over, but instead just give a little bit of contrast. Oh, there's the church bells. There you go, 2 o'clock. Good to know. I had completely intended upon going for a walk early in the morning before it got really hot to do my Zentangle drawing. But then remembered I had a meeting that I had to attend, so that put that on hold until this afternoon. And it's supposed to storm tonight, so I knew I had to, if I wanted to be outside and tangle, I had to go get outside in the afternoon. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and use my white jelly roll to add just a little bit of detail here and there. So on some of these shapes, I'm just going to add a little bit of a shine. Maybe some shine dots on my orbs. Even though I've spent some time practicing with this pattern, I think I'd still like to practice just how to get just the right shine on it, on the more circular shape of it. We'll see. It'll still be a little bit of an experiment. I love this jelly roll, the way those little dots just make it add so much character to it. Alright, and let's add some more of those little shines on the bump outs. This one. Move the paper a little bit. We have a family walking by, so we might hear some extra chatter, maybe. All right. Oh, I forgot to, it looks like I forgot to blend this bit right here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go back. That looks starting to look really nice. I'm going to go back with my white charcoal and see if I can add some like circular shine. Now I find if I do the whole circle, it just takes over. It's just a little too much. But if I just select like a crescent moon section, either on one side or on two sides, that it doesn't take over too much. And I'm trying to be, like I was saying, trying to learn to be a little judicious in adding shines rather than adding way too much. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to make myself stop adding too much shine, and go ahead and blend in and see how it looks from there. I just want the hint of a shine. I don't want it to take over the pattern. And like I said, I could always add more later. Okay. I think I do want just a tiny bit more. I can't help myself. Ugh. Can't help it. Well, I'll just keep doing it until I finally learn not to go overboard. Okay. Blending one more time. And then we'll truly do a little bit of an experiment. So I mentioned yesterday that I had purchased some art supplies on Amazon using the gift card that Sue gave me for my birthday. And Amazon said they should be arriving next Tuesday, but lo and behold, they arrived this morning. Isn't that like just a great surprise? So so here are the pencils that I ordered. I'm so excited. So it has your typical HB pencil which is what we would be typically using, but it also has these ones that provide sort of darker shading. So just for a little bit of an experiment, I'm going to try a little bit of the 4B, and probably later when we do the final shading, I'll try with some darker ones. But I'm just going to try with some 4B and see how it goes. So this is shading a little. It should be just a little bit darker. It's still graphite, so it has that shininess, and I am outside, so I might just see the shine and later on in different lights see the darkness. I don't know. We'll find out. It's an experiment. My first time using these pencils. But I'm hoping that these pencils will help me get, deeper shadow. It might take some practice and experimentation. Okay, let's blend that in. I do want to blend out a little bit more now that we have our shines in. Pull the graphite just out and away from the circles a little bit more. Yeah. These layers are deep enough to do with some more pulling out of the shadow, so that the shadow kind of meets up a little bit with some of that highlighting we just did. Yeah, that's good. Nice. I have a feeling me and these new pencils are going to get along just fine. Let me correct my grammar. These new pencils and I like it. I approve. So I'm going to say I feel pretty good about this pattern being finished up for now. At a later point, I might want to come in and, I don't know, I want to put, maybe I'll put like a gold dot right there in the middle. The middle seems to need something. I do kind of like that. Let me see if I can. Again, I don't want to go overboard with the shines. I tend to go overboard, I think. Okay, here. Just a little bit. Okay. All right, I feel satisfied with that. So we're going to go ahead and begin our next pattern. And it's going to be, I think, on the opposite side of the page that we haven't done much work on, because this is a very circular pattern here. And the next pattern we're going to do is Marasu. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And it's also a very circular pattern, so I figured to provide some balance, I would do this pattern here on the opposite side of the page. So similar to the way we had Aquafleur right here, sort of it will be in between these puzzle patterns. We're going to have Marasu. I'm not good at pronunciations. I'll figure it out one day. Right here in between what will be the puzzle patterns again. So Marasu is that spiral pattern, and I'm excited to do this one because it's going to go under the motherhood knot a bit, and potentially it'll go over some of the border, and it will potentially go over some of the puzzle pattern as well. So I like to sort of play around with patterns going over and under one another. I think one more layer. I would like one more layer because I want the end. How do I want the end to come off? I want the end to sort of come off like that. And later on, we'll add something else coming out on this side. So I'm going to stop right there. That's our 15 minutes of tangling for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.